Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. You'd think these little shits would understand who you are by now since you've thwarted their plans twice already. But nope, gotta do it again because everything good comes in threes. On a side note, this took me 19 separate runs because so many different players tried to sabotage the raid when I explained I was gathering footage for this guide. Don't worry, I had fun wiping with them in this fight. Hopefully, this guide means you won't wipe at all. Time to learn about the eyes of the creator. Simplified. Walk forward and 5 enemies will spawn in. They have almost negative health, so they will go down in no time at all. Walk over to the vent that is emitting steam and you'll be launched up to the next area. The boss will fly down into the arena when you walk forward. For this mini-boss, it is imperative that you do not stand with a tank because his tank buster, Kaltstrahl, hits like a truck, so tanks make sure that you're mitigating. The boss can also do a room-wide AoE called Panzerschreck. Now you might not know this, but this boss actually has an enrage. About every 13 seconds, beginning with the far right of the platform, the valves around the outside will begin to have steam spurting out of them. After about 2 minutes, when all 9 valves are emitting steam, the boss will slowly cast Panzerschreck and instantly kill everyone. You won't ever see this unless your entire party's diet consists of paint thinner and parental disappointment. After you have defeated the mini-boss, the cranial hatch behind the boss will become targetable. Interact with it, then after the cutscene, interact with the ingress to be pulled into the arena for the final boss, Refurbishes 0. When you target the boss, you will see that it has 3 debuffs. After you pull, the boss will cast Stockpile. The 6 dead enemies around the arena will be tethered to the boss, sucked in, and absorbed by it. This will eliminate the debuff that has the stack of 6 and create its right arm. The tank buster is a straight line AoE punch directed at the main tank, so the main tank needs to stand away from the rest of the group. This next specific mechanic will more than likely need to be done by the off tank or someone who definitely knows what they're doing in the raid. Small power generators and a few dead robots will fall from the sky. One of the squares in a quarter portion of the platform will begin glowing with his zigzag aura rising out of it. If any dead robot is not on the quarter platform that is glowing, it will need to be revived and then killed on the glowing quadrant. You revive the robots by interacting with a power generator, which will change your hotbar to one icon of set down. When you are next to a robot or a group of robots, press set down to drop the generator. The energy will transfer from the generator to the robots in a small AoE and revive them. Whoever dropped the generator will have the robots tethered and aggroed to them. This player will need to drag the robots to the glowing quadrant to make sure that you kill the robots inside this square. The robots do not have a lot of health, so make sure you don't attack them too early. Everyone will have to move away from the glowing quadrant once all the robots have been killed, as about 40 seconds after the aura starts, the floor of the square will glow orange. Shortly after this, the floor will sink and lava will rise up to engulf the dead robots and remove them from the fight. If you step into the lava, it is an unassumable heavy-hitting burns dot tick. If any robot is still alive when the floor sinks and the lava rises up and touches the robot, it will explode in a room-wide AoE and give everyone in the raid a stack of damage down for a minute. When the lava is finished rising, the boss will cast Stockpile and tether itself to absorb any dead robots that are still in the arena. These robots will give extra buffs if he eats enough of them. The small Panzer dolls will give him a stack of damage up since they are what powered his right arm. 2 Van Gobs will power his left arm. Once both arms are out, it makes the future move Scrapline unavoidable, which results in extra room-wide damage. And 2 Gob tanks will power up his core. If the core becomes fully operational, he will cast Scrapstorm and instantly wipe the party. Random party members will get this red marker above their heads. This will drop a boulder at the feet of these players. Try to place the boulder as close to or even against the boss, as right after the boulders are dropped, the boss will cast Scrap Burst. This is a line of sight AoE that will give you a concussion debuff if you're hit by it. The easiest way to avoid this is to be standing behind a boulder as the move goes off. If you drop a boulder right against the boss, the melee players can stand behind this boulder and keep smacking the boss. After the second set of robots have been resolved, the boss will perform Scrap Line. This is a 270-degree AoE with the safe zone being behind it. The only person who this should really affect is the main tank, and even then you can make it pretty easily with Sprint. After this is the main reason why people wipe in this fight. The square in the top left corner will get an aura and a proximity marker. Move away from the proximity marker to reduce the damage to you. The mob Full Metal Faust will spawn in, which will need to be aggroed by the off tank, as its tank busters are a pain in the ass. Drag it to the opposite square in the bottom right corner and quickly kill it here. If the Faust is still alive when the lava hits it, it will have enough damage to instantly wipe the party. We drag the Faust to the bottom right corner because each square in turn will become auraed and have its turn with the lava rising up. It starts with the top left, then the top right, then the bottom left, and finally the bottom right. This gives us the maximum amount of time to kill the Faust on the square that will sink last. If you have enough damage, you can kill it on the 3rd square instead of the 4th square, but it really doesn't matter as long as it's dead when it gets absorbed by the lava. After this mechanic is over, the boss will just repeat the generators, robots, scrapline, and boulders until it is defeated. Congratulations, you have beaten Alexander 9. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.